Hello Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm Franz Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up at FrenchieStamps.com in the United States. Today I'm going to share with you the Slice of Happiness. I'm using the grapes stamps here. This card here I did live on Facebook a month or so ago. And the only color that I had asked what was their favorite color, and it was about equal between the purple and then the green, and somebody said black and red. So I said I'm going to do all the color. The only one I didn't do it was the black. So today I'm going to share the black. It's the same technique, so you can use any color. I'm going to list all the color that I use on my blog. Right below you get the direct link, or above in the eye. Like this one was Mary Merlot. Green apple, Granny Apple Green. This was the grapes, the green apple green. And then this one here, the paper I used Blackberry Bliss, but the grapes was Rich Razzleberry. So I will have the picture of all these cards and the color that I use. Also with, I will have this one. And today we're going to do the same thing than this, but on a different color cardstock. I want it kind of vintage, and I'm using Crumb Cake and Basic Black. And so first, I cut these here, are cut with one of the new framelit. Let me bring it here. This is the Stitch So Sweet die, and you get different shape, but I like the rectangle with the stitch and the scallop. Here's a little tip. When you're gonna cut your frame here, what you're going to do, let me grab a, let's say you put that on your cardstock. You don't want to go straight like this, or you don't want to go straight this way. You want to tilt it a little bit, and that's going to give a better impression on the stitch, and you won't hear the kaplook, kaplook. It's going to go a lot smoother. So go diagonal a little bit. It don't have to be much, as long as it engage diagonal and it finish. So you don't finish straight this way, or you don't finish straight this way. It's your stitch going to be very more visualized, and also you won't have that big pressure when it's go off the frame. So let me remove this. Here we go. Okay, so we're gonna start. Let me bring well, you saw I had the crumb cake. Did I move it there? Let me see where, yeah, it went there. So I'm gonna put that right in the corner, just in case that I need to stamp a second time. So I'm gonna decide where I want my grapes. Let me place this on this here. That looked pretty good to me. Here we go. And I like to work with a corner. That's just my preference. So let me move this down here a bit. Here we go. So now we're going to close this, and right now we're doing the black. So you can use like real red, you can use Merlot, cherry cobbler, green, whatever color you want. But because black, it's darker, what I'm going to do is just ink everything with old olive here. I'm not worried about the color, but you could use all, if you get a variation in color, use all markers. Now I'm using my writing marker, yeah, and I'm coloring the grapes in the black. So I color all this in the black. And because, you know, I'm color on top of the green, just to make sure this stay like black. I'm just wiping this here, there, so that take the green off. Now I'm going to use Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to go on just the outside of the leaves here. I just want a definition like on one side, so I'm just going on the side a bit. Now I'm using the Early Espresso for the branch. This is black. I want Early Espresso, and that's for the vine here. So let me do the vine. Here we go. Okay, now because I was talking and working, this kind of dry. So what I'm going to do, it's off on it. And then I'm going to push that back in the corner. Make sure it's in the corner good, in case if you have to go back for a second time, then it's going to be positioned right. Okay, let me lift that. Okay, now I'm seeing this, it's not pressed enough. Okay, that's pretty good, but my leaves are not dark enough. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go, and this is Old Olive. I'm coming back on the leaf with Old Olive. Just because it was not dark enough for me. Ah, much better. Okay, you see the little tip there? It's because I'm right at the edge, but that's okay. I'm going to put that back there. And I'm going to press right at the edge there. Et voila! So now what I done on the other one, my black was not the right color for me. I wanted a little bit of red because I think black grapes get a little bit of that plum color to it. So what I done, I washed all this here and I went with the Mary Merlot and I put some Mary Merlot on top of the black, just to give that plum color on top of it. So I just colored this very quick here. And then I had this on top of it. Et voila. That just gives that a little bit of that blackish. Let me remove that. With a little tone of like the plum on it. So that is done. Now I'm going to use, we're going to do that vintage a little bit more. I'm going to use crumb cake. So crumb cake with crumb cake here. And I'm just going to sponge this a little bit. And then for the card base, I'm going to use the Very Versatile for the background like I did on the other black one. I'm going to bring it here in a minute. I just want to vintage that a little bit here. Or age that, whatever. So when you sponge, you want your paper tight and really put pressure on that sponge. I think we are afraid to really use, give a good press or some firm grip. You want to, et voila, see that really aged that. Okay, I'm going to bring my card base here that measure 8.5 by 5.5 square at 4 1/4. I'm using the Very Versatile. I thought that vine there was pretty for the inside, and then I like the words there. So what I done, and this is crumb cake on crumb cake, and you know what? I just want it very light. So we're going to use Sarah Sands, so lighter than the cardstock. Like the green, I use Pierre Pizzazz on top, so it's very light. You can see it's not so dark. So let me bring Sarah Sand, Sahara Sand, and we're going to stamp that. Here we go. That's plenty dark. Here we go. Oh, I have to make sure I'm going in the right direction here. And don't worry about the center, because the frame going to go on top of that. So now that we get that done, when I did the live on Facebook, you see this ribbon here. It's not around the green apple. It's go inside. And many people were like, wow, I never saw that before. So I decided to do this one the same way. We're going to use our half-inch punch. And we're going to go right at the edge here. So you see I'm just doing a little bit of a snip. That's it. So now I got my little opening. I'm using the braided linen trim. we're going to pass that here. I never measure, never, very rare. I'm just looking, okay, I need about this long, and then I'm going to cut. Now we're going to take this, and we're going to tie this together. And to be honest, the black would look good with that, mixed with that. So what we're going to do, I think just the linen thread won't bring that enough. Let me open this. You know, when you try to rush, it just don't happen, right? Here we go. Let me bring this here. We're going to open this. Whoop. You know what? Let's do a little bit bigger just because we got wider there. Here we go. Now we're going to pass this through. Make sure it is not twisted. That's the trick. Make sure it's not twisted. And then I'm going to cut this. And now we're going to bring our twine, well, the linen braided, pass it through there. So now we're going to have a double one. Pass this there. See, you want to keep it one on top of the other. Now we're going to bring this here. There's nothing wrong with switching our mind as we go, right? And then we're going to tie this up. Okay, this one needs to be pulled. Don't worry if the paper curves a little bit, that's okay. Now I'm going to tie this up. Then this here, going to switch our ribbon around. So I'm going to have to play with the linen thread or the braided there to have it at the right spot. Because when we do a knot, it completely switch back to front and so on. So what I do, watch my hand, I'm going to flip. Bring this to the front here. Where is this one here? Okay, it's there. I'm going to flip this. So watch my hand. I'm going to do a twisty motion. Et voila. So now we get both of them. I went way long. I rather have too long than not enough. Here we go. Because first I thought to do a bow, you know. Okay. Now, I really don't like this at the top there. So what I like it inside, absolutely love it in this inside. And this twisted someplace. What I'm going to do is take another piece of this, bring it at the top. I think I need a bow at the top of this. Right in the center, and bow, and bow. And we're going to keep long tails there. Okay, I'm going to click this here, click that there. Now let's bring these. And for the greeting, I'm using scrap here, and I got the stamp set that it's part of that. It's a Oh Pure Day, It's Delightful. We're going to stamp that right there. I'm going to bring the label everyday label. We're going to go right at the edge there. And the greeting going to go sideways. Yes, sideways. Nothing wrong with a sideways greeting. I just going to match this to the side. And personally, I think that a little bit of love on the side of this would be wonderful. Here we go. Put that on top of our black. Don't you love it when you get stuff that all match? And then we're going to put that right there flat. The other one, I raise it up. This one, I'm just going to put it straight down. Put that right here. Et voila. How cool is that? So now, oops, that looked cockeye a bit. Let me try to. That's just pure. Look, I got it off. Here we go, much better. So now we got this one, and then we got the black grapes also with the background. It's all olive. So I will have all measurement on my blog. Also all the color choice on this one here. So this is going to be all on my blog. So again, the direct link is below. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, happy stamping, my friend.